Hi, INTP ramble, and this is not planned out. Um, I'm just gonna make a video, I guess, because I felt like it. Um, it's gonna kind of be about INTPs and emotions and what bothers me, my triggers or whatever. Um, uh, and it does kind of work like that. There isn't normally much of an in between for me. I'm either uh, not feeling it, or I'm suddenly feeling it quite a bit. And there's very little transition in between those two. Um, so I guess one thing that bothers me, and these are in a random order, would be, let me think. Well, an easy one is like when I'm arguing with people, or one person. I don't really like to argue with more than one person at a time, because it doesn't work in my head to do so. Uh, well, one thing would be when they misinterpret what I say, and to me it seems intentional. Maybe it's not. Maybe they actually think um, that I'm trying to say that, but yeah, like I don't know. It disrupts how I argue with people, how it goes on in my head, because when I'm arguing with someone, um, what happens is that what they're saying goes into my head, and then I argue against it. Like I'm reconfirming why I think what I think and why I disagree with that, and I'm going through that whole process again. This time it's a little faster because I already have the framework, but I'm just double checking that framework, and then I say what the problems were with it. And then if their feedback then to me is um, also a problem, then I have to go through and explain to them what's wrong with what they just interpreted from what I said, and I get off track. And the whole time they're also trying to argue their next point, and it's just kind of a big mess, and it makes me really upset. Um, and yeah, and I do think that it's mostly unintentional when people do this, but yeah, I don't like it. Um, ooh, a good one is uh, just I can actually watch the connection between SI and FE happen if I wanted to. Like if I'm tired and if I just stop and think about past experiences that were like sad or something, within the next 2 minutes I can make myself cry, and it'll be really sudden, but I'll be crying, then I'll have tears down my face and I'll be like, that that happens when I think about this sort of thing. And it's not like I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna cry now. It's just like, well, now I'm crying. I guess that really does work. Um, and I mean, it's not all bad, but it's just like I can watch that happen. Um, and sometimes I'll think about it when I know I probably shouldn't. And it's kind of like an exploration type of thing, I guess. Um, it's like, oh, am I gonna do this again if I think about this? And sure enough, it happens. Um, that sounds oh sadistic, but or no, that's not the right word. It doesn't matter. I don't remember the word. Um, another thing is just the whole paradox of confidence and anxiety. I took those words from Michael Pierce, I think his name is. Yeah, his videos are pretty good. But like, I'm very confident about what I think a lot of the times. But I'm not confident about sharing that, and I get really frustrated with myself for not being able to say things the way I want to say them and like explain it to people in a way that they will understand it. and it's just kind of it's conflicting. Um, Also, when I have finally said something, just being brushed off by the other person, and like sometimes they just give me this look that's like, and like they don't know what to say about it. Like maybe it didn't make sense to them, or they didn't think it was important. I don't know. Or they just haven't heard me speak. My voice was weirder than they thought it would be. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't like being brushed off, and like part of this is just finding people who don't care if they are wrong or not, or like I don't know if this is right, but I kind of view it as like an FE sort of way where they'll say something along the lines of, oh, you shouldn't have said that, like, it doesn't matter, don't disrupt the mood by telling this person all of a sudden that they're wrong. I mean, that's just awkward. And I don't care that it's awkward. If they're wrong, and I'm gonna point it out. And I don't care about the emotional stuff until afterwards, where I'm like, should I have said that? What do they think of me now? Am I rude? Probably, but they're wrong, so I have to share it. Another thing would be like the FI version of this to me would be like, this is my opinion, just leave it be. And I really get annoyed with that. Like, to me, opinions do not matter. Either what you think is, like, it has to be logically consistent, and it must be based on facts, and it can't just be focused on one tiny portion of the facts. It has to work for all facts that would apply to this. And I don't find a lot of people who are like that, and I know I'm not like that, but I fix it after I'm aware, or at least I try to. And that's why I don't care to protect opinions. Okay, yeah, you think that, but that doesn't work. I'm not gonna defend you on this. You're wrong. It doesn't matter if it's your opinion. If your opinion is contradictory to itself, or if it just is based off of complete lies, I'm going to assume that you're entirely stupid, or at least misled. And if you don't fix it, then you're stupid. And that's just how it is. Not really, but I'm in a bad mood for some reason. It's late, and I don't care. Some things definitely do embarrass me more than other things. Like, if I do something and it's slightly awkward, but no one says anything, then it'll be just that one thing that's slightly awkward, and I can do a couple of those things, and then I'm done. I'm not going to do anything anymore, because I'm too embarrassed to do anything. And I'm kind of aware the whole time that I'm a little bit embarrassed, but it's like, not, it doesn't matter, and then suddenly, oh, it matters, to me, and I'm gonna go away now. And then there's, like, if someone points it out to me, or in front of a crowd, that I am being awkward, like, if I hear it come from somebody else, basically, I tend to immediately, nope, I'm leaving, I don't want to be here anymore, I want to get away from people and never talk to them again, and that sort of thing. Let me think. Another thing would be people telling me that what I think doesn't matter, because to me, thoughts do matter even if I don't do anything about it. I mean, ideally I would, but I don't like thinking of that sort of thing, and, like, it's like I don't care that my thoughts aren't going to have an impact, but I don't like other people saying that because it won't have an impact, it doesn't matter, because to me it mattered. Like, subjectively to me, my change in perspective mattered quite a bit, and I thought about it a lot, and that's what I'm kind of proud of, in a sense. Like, that's one of the things I'm very proud of, and you take that away, and then I'm gonna be left with my social skills, and I don't like that. yeah, that's all I think I really wanted to say here. 10-minute video wasn't poor, wasn't poorly done, was poorly made, not planned out. Yeah.